Welcome back to the Awesome Agents podcast. I'm Alex, and today we're talking about something that came out of RSA 2026 this week.
Yeah, Cisco dropped a new open source tool called DefenseClaw, and I have to say, it's one of the more thoughtful things I've seen aimed at agent security.
So give me the quick version. What's DefenseClaw actually doing?
So it's a governance layer that sits on top of an existing sandbox called NVIDIA OpenShell. It adds scanning and policy enforcement before your AI agents actually run anything.
And this is for enterprises launching agents, right? Not like hobby projects.
Right. Cisco cited their own survey. At RSA, 85% of enterprises are experimenting with AI agents, but only 5% have moved them to production.
That gap is wild. What's holding them back?
Security, according to Cisco. And honestly, I think they're right. The security team's question is always, what is this agent doing and to what? And most frameworks give you no real answer.
So DefenseClaw is the answer to that question?
It's an attempt, yeah. There are 5 scanners. One checks every skill the agent has registered, one monitors MCP servers.
Wait, explain MCP servers for people who haven't heard that term.
Sure. MCP, Model Context Protocol, is basically a standard way for AI agents to connect to external tools and data sources. Think of them as plugins.
Got it. So agents have these plugin connections, and that's an attack surface.
Exactly. And Cisco says MCP servers are becoming the attack surface of choice right now. Their scanner verifies each one and can block access within 2 seconds without restarting the agent.
2 seconds is actually impressive for a policy change. Usually you'd expect some kind of restart or redeploy cycle.
That's the part I found technically interesting. The enforcement happens at the sandbox layer, not the application layer. So the agent process keeps running, but the bad skill just can't do anything anymore.
Okay, what are the other scanners?
There's one for agent to agent communication, which is honestly the newest territory here, and then CodeGuard, which checks code that an agent produces before it gets executed.
Oh, that's important. So if an agent writes code and then runs it, DefenseClaw is reading that code first.
Right, and this matters because we've seen real data on how insecure agent produced code can be. There's been research showing significant vulnerability rates in what people call vibe coded outputs.
The fifth scanner was a bill of materials thing?
The AI bill of materials. It inventories every dependency, every model, every MCP server the agent touches. That output goes directly into Splunk if you have it set up.
Splunk, meaning the security monitoring platform, so your security team can actually see what's happening.
Exactly. That's the audit trail enterprises need before they'll let agents near anything important.
Cisco also announced some other stuff at RSA with this, right?
3 things: a free red teaming tool they're calling AI Defense Explorer Edition, which runs adversarial tests on your models and apps, a zero trust system for giving agents their own identities, like how you'd manage a human employee's access, and a LLM security leaderboard that ranks models on things like prompt injection resistance.
The leaderboard sounds interesting. How do they rank them?
That's actually where I hit a wall. The methodology isn't published yet. No test sets, no evaluation conditions. A ranking without reproducible methodology is just marketing.
So that part needs more work before it's useful.
Yeah, I'd want to see the prompts, the scoring criteria, everything. Otherwise, it's one company telling you which models are safe, with no way to verify the claim.
Fair. What about the bigger picture limitations on DefenseClaw itself?
The main one is that it requires OpenShell. If you're running agents on a different runtime, you're not covered. And a lot of production agent deployments right now are on cloud hosted infrastructure that doesn't use OpenShell.
So it's useful, but for a specific stack.
Right. If you're already in that ecosystem, it's a 5-minute install with real immediate value. If you're not, you're either looking at migrating your runtime or waiting to see if they broaden compatibility.
The 85 to 5% gap they cited is the real story here, isn't it? The technology exists, the security tooling is starting to catch up.
That's the bet Cisco is making. Whether DefenseClaw moves that needle depends on how many enterprises are actually on OpenShell, which we don't have a great number on yet.
All right, DefenseClaw is on GitHub now, link in the article. Worth checking out if you're running agents in a regulated environment. Thanks for breaking it down, Maya.
Always, this is the kind of tooling we need more of, even if this version isn't the final answer.